But look how handsome Boo looks in his jacket, right, Boo? So handsome.
Stella, Splash, Simba, Boo, Sammy, Richard, Nancy, Goldie, Ziggy, Ringo, Eva, Hydrox, and Ditto, the Lucky Ferals.
For dinner today, the cats are trying Mouser. And this is canned cat food made from mice. And this flavor that they're trying today is chicken and mouse. I ordered this for the cats a couple months ago and I have not fed it to them yet. So I figured it's Halloween. Why not let them try it today and see how they like it? The ingredients in this food are chicken, whole mouse, tomato paste, brewer's dried yeast, taurine, potassium chloride, vitamin supplements, mineral supplements, and that's it. So this is a low-carb cat food, basically just made from protein and supplements. I purchased 3 cans of each flavor of this Mouser food. The reason why I purchased 3 cans is it's just enough for the cats to taste and I can see if they like it. So I'm feeding 11 cats. If I divide each can into 4, that gives me 12 little portions. So each cat will get about 1/4 of a can and there'll be 1/4 left over. Something that I should point out is that the cats have never eaten cooked mice before. They've eaten raw mice. When they were living outside, they hunted mice and they ate them raw. And I've also ordered ground mice from hairtoday.com. And that really didn't go over very well with the cats. And that was raw ground mice that they ate. Wasn't really their favorite. I thought that they were going to go crazy over it, but they really didn't. So this will be the first time that they try cooked mice. I don't know if they're going to like it. I just opened the can and this is what it looks like. So it looks like typical pate. I was kind of afraid of how it was going to smell because the smell of the raw ground mice is really not very appealing. But this really doesn't smell very different than typical canned cat food, most likely because of the addition of chicken. Here's what it looks like portioned out. There's actually quite a bit of gravy in this can also, so I made sure that each serving had a portion of the gravy. This is 1/4 of a can, so it's a 5.5 ounce can, so this is a little bit less than 1.5 ounces. Okay, who wants to try this new food? Who wants to try the food with the mice? Y'all hungry? Everybody's hungry? Stella's eating hers right away. Boo's not eating his, which is kind of strange. Simba's like not eating his either. And Splash walked away from his. What's going on here, guys? You're supposed to love mouse. You're supposed to like mouse. You could eat it. Oh, you want some chicken on top? They're waiting for some freeze-dried chicken. See, if I put a little bit of freeze-dried chicken on top, then they'll eat their food. Except for Splash. I don't know where he went. But Stella is really enjoying this food. She doesn't even care for a topper. I just gave Splash his food here in the living room. Now he's going to taste it. I left the room for 1 minute and now Stella is eating Simba's food. And Boo's still eating his. I'm going to take the food down to the other cats and then I'll come back and see what they did. I just gave it to the cats downstairs. Nancy's eating it. Ziggy's eating it. Ringo's eating it. Eva tasted it. She walked away. Goldie's eating it. Richard's not eating it. And Sammy's not eating it. So it could just be that it's new food because sometimes cats are, kind of picky with food that they don't know and they don't recognize. So we'll see what happens. I'll go upstairs and see what the cats did up there and then I'll come back down here. Look at this. So little Eva came back to eat some food. And so did Richard. See, sometimes some of them just like to hang back. Maybe eat all the leftovers, or maybe they're just kind of not too open to new foods. So that's Boo's plate. He did not finish it. Stella ate that. Stella ate most of that. Boo was eating some of it when I came upstairs. And that's Splash's plate. He ate his also. Sammy just ate some food now also. So here's 4 of the plates. Pretty clean. And there's the other 3 plates. Pretty clean. Good job, guys. Today the cats are trying another flavor of this Mouser cat food. And this is Forest Hunter with turkey and mouse. The ingredients in this variety are turkey, whole mouse, tomato paste, brewer's dried yeast, taurine, and then it goes into the same vitamins and minerals as the chicken and mouse flavor. The cats are going to get the same small portion of this that they got yesterday with the chicken, so they're each getting 1/4 of a can. So the turkey variety looks a little bit different than the chicken variety. This is not as tightly compact as the chicken was. This texture seems to be a bit looser. This is what the food looks like on the plate. So this was much more crumbly and it kind of just fell out of the can. Yesterday, since the chicken was more compact, there was a lot of gravy on the bottom. And this one didn't have a lot of gravy in the can because it's incorporated into the meat. So I did not have to crush this up with a fork or anything. This is how it fell out of the can. Stella is eating right away, and Boo is tasting it. Simba walked away from his plate, and I don't know where Splash is. I'm going to put some freeze-dried chicken on theirs and then give it to them in the other room. Boo's not really interested in the food. He just wants to eat everyone's freeze-dried chicken on top. Even Stella does not want to eat her food. This is Simba's plate. He has not eaten it. And here's Splash's plate. He has not eaten his either. It's about 20 or 30 minutes later. I just came upstairs to vacuum, and this was Boo's plate. That was Stella's plate. That was Simba's plate. And this was Splash's plate. So to me, it looks like at least one of the cats enjoyed the food. Boo's on the bed, and I just gave him Splash's plate because I thought it might have been Boo who ate all the food. And he's eating it. So I'll wait until he's done before I vacuum. Hello, Splash. You look so comfortable in that bed. There's actually 2 beds, one on top of each other. 6 out of 7 of the cats are eating the food. Ringo, Eva, Ziggy, Nancy, Goldie, and Richard. I don't know where Sammy is. So when they're done, we'll see if Sammy comes and eats. If I try to find her, I'll disturb all of them. If they eat all of this, then they could get some other canned food. I found Sammy. She's on the couch underneath the sheet. I don't know why she likes it under here, but for some reason, every time I put a fresh sheet on this couch, this is what Sammy likes to do. Come on, Sammy, come and eat dinner. Look at this. Nancy is on top of the sheet. And there goes Sammy. She just jumped down. She's still under the sheet, but she's not on top of the couch anymore. There's Nancy. There's Sammy. This is a fitted sheet, so it has elastic around it. So what she likes to do is like slide down the couch. Then she has like a little hammock within like the elastic of the sheet. Nancy's like, what's going on under there? It's about 10:30 p.m. I'm checking out the flea traps and putting new sticky paper in, and hopefully this will be the last week that I'll be using these. This one is clean except for what looks like 4 ants. And then there's what looks like some cat hair. but no fleas on this one. Actually 5 ants. There's an ant in the middle. But they definitely look like ants and not fleas, so that's very, very good. Here's the other flea trap. This is the one near the cat tower. This one has what looks like 2 ants on it and cat hair. It looks like a speck of litter, but no fleas. So this is the first week that these flea traps have not caught any fleas. And just like I did with the last one, I'm going to put a fresh glue board in this one, and hopefully it'll be the last week that I use these. It's 9 a.m. Good morning, Boo. We had a difficult night last night, and Boo is doing quite a bit of itching and scratching. There's a bunch of catnip on the bed. So I sprayed his scabs with some of the Vetericyn spray, and I was able to actually do that by like holding on to him so he couldn't run away. And it didn't really help that much because he kept itching and scratching. So then I was like, okay, I'll try some coconut oil on it. Hello, Simba. So like maybe a half hour later, I put some coconut oil on it, and that didn't really stop him from itching and scratching. So then I gave him a little bit of CBD oil in a squeeze up, thinking that would help relax him. And that didn't really help that much. So I don't know, like a half hour, an hour later, I was like, you know what, let me give him some catnip and see if that'll help him relax. So he's laying on catnip. That's still catnip from last night. Simba had a little bit of the catnip. I don't think he's vomited from it, but we'll see what happens today. And nothing was really helping, but I did fall asleep, and then I woke up around 4 o'clock in the morning, and Boo was itching and scratching. So then I was thinking, well, what can I put on him? Like, I know I have 2 soft e-collars that I purchased for Stella that she refused to wear when she had an eye injury. And I have no idea where they are. And they might be in the back of a closet, and I didn't want to dig through a closet at 4 a.m. So I actually started looking on Amazon for soft e-collars. And I saw one that looked really interesting, but then when I measured Boo's neck, he's too big of a cat to wear it. So I was like, okay, well, that's no good. So then I was thinking, well, what do I have here that I could put on him that could potentially stop him from scratching and itching? And I went through the costumes, and this is the one that I thought would work because, you know, there's not a whole lot of attachments on it. It's really just kind of like a cape. It's bigger than his Super Boo cape. Like, his Super Boo cape's a little bit smaller, and it also doesn't wrap around his belly, so it tends to slide off and kind of turn into a bib, which would not be very helpful for him. But I was able to put this around his neck and secure it around his belly, and ever since then, since 4 o'clock in the morning, he has not been itching and scratching. So since he has been Pizza Man, then he's not itching and scratching. And this morning he got a bunch of pets. He came up to me for pets. Now he can lay down in this. Like, he could put his head down and lay down and get sleep if he wants to get sleep. But right now he's just hanging out, and I don't know, I'll see what happens. I could take it off during the day and then just put it on at night. But if it's helping him during the day, I might just keep it on during the day. We'll see if he eats breakfast with this on. If he doesn't want to eat with it on, then I'll take it off. But at least I know that I have this if we need to get through a night without itching and scratching. Right, Boo? Boo, you're such a handsome pizza man. You're so handsome, Boo. It's 10:07 a.m. There's Boo. He's back in his pizza cape. I took the cape off of him, and within 5 or 10 minutes, he was pulling out his scabs. I don't know if you could see it, but there's 2 pieces of scabs there. So I put it back on him. Hopefully he will itch less and try to pick his scabs off less. I think it makes it harder for him to groom his hind end also. So I'm just about to feed the cats their breakfast. Now, when I put this on Boo, I wanted to make sure it wasn't too tight. I'm wondering if it's too loose. He did not want me to attach the Velcro under his belly. He fought me on that, but I was able to do it by giving him some treats. So he was distracted with the treats. And then I attached it as best as I could. Maybe I could adjust it so it's a little bit tighter because it's sliding a little bit. I don't want to make it too tight, but I can fit like a few fingers underneath it right now. So I don't know. We'll see. Maybe it'll be okay. He's not mad at me because he's letting me pet him. He's like, I'm not mad at you. But if I try to adjust it, sometimes he gets annoyed. You hungry, Boo? You want breakfast? Let's have breakfast, okay? Now listen, Boo. You're pizza man today because I don't want you tearing all of your scabs up. The scabs have to heal. And they can't heal if you keep tearing them off, okay, Boo? Right? And I don't want you to make new scabs by itching yourself too much, okay? And I want all of your fur to grow back. And you can't do that if you keep grooming it off, okay? So let's see how you do as pizza man today, okay? All right? Good? Okay, pizza man. It's 12:50 p.m. Here's Simba. He's laying on the bed. And there's Boo. Boo's laying on the bed also. He's back to being pizza man, but at least he's not scratching or itching, so that's good. There's Splash. He's laying on top of the cat tower by the windows. And look where Stella is. Stella's laying in the cat bed on the floor. She looks so comfortable. Here's Nancy. She's on the cat tower looking out the window. How you doing, Nancy? I don't know where anyone else is. They're probably downstairs, but I'm not going to go downstairs right now. You're so pretty, Nancy. Nancy, do you know how pretty you are? You're so pretty, Nancy. Yeah, you're pretty. You're a pretty girl. Very pretty. It's 6 p.m. and I'm just about to start the evening cat routine. Here's Simba. He's been taking a nap. Hello, Simba. Here's Stella. She's been taking a nap. Hello, Stella. They're all yawning. Here's Boo, and Boo was all stretched out before I came in, and he was just all stretched out and taking a really good nap, and I'm so happy he is not scratching and itching because he's wearing his super pizza cape. Right, Boo? I'm going to take it off for him when he has dinner, but if he starts scratching and itching again, then I'm going to put it back on him. I think it's definitely beneficial. Hello, Splashy. Boo, you're such a good boy. What a good pizza man. What a good pizza man, Boo. You're so handsome. You're a handsome pizza man. It is 10 p.m. And look how handsome Boo is in a bandana. I don't know if it's going to stay on him, but I figured let me try this on him because it's smaller than the pizza cape. And I'm just trying to keep him from scratching the scabs on the back of his neck, because I noticed he was scratching. So I took him out of the pizza cape so he could eat his dinner. He went in the kitchen to eat dinner, but then he came back in and he really didn't eat much. So I gave him his food in here and he ate some of it. He left some canned food, which is not really like him. And then he ate part of Squeeze Up and I put the rest of the Squeeze Up on the plate. So that's usually not like him. Usually he eats the whole Squeeze Up and all of his food, especially the canned food. So I might try with a little bit of different canned food. It was the Fancy Feast Natural. Like right here, I could feel some more scabs. Okay, Bo? You all right? Okay, sweetie. You might like the bandana. It's not Velcro. It has a knot in the front, so I just, slid it over his head. And, I mean, it could potentially turn itself around so it's more like a bib, which is not ideal, but, there's nothing really holding it in place. I just want something around his neck so that he's not going to be itching and scratching that area. You all right, buddy? You want your food? You want a different squeezy? You want a churro? Want a churro, Boo? Want a churro? You want some fancy feast? I have a different fancy feast for you. Right here on the blanket, I don't know if you can see it, there's like a speck of like blood, but that's from one of his scabs. That's what happens when he kind of picks a scab off. It might bleed for a little bit and it'll get on the white blanket. Okay, Boo? Okay, good boy, Boo. I have to clean the kitchen. I'm gonna go clean the kitchen, then I'll be back, okay? Here's Boo. I found the smaller bandana that I had, and this one has a little bit of Velcro on it, so hopefully this will serve the same purpose, just to kind of keep him from scratching around his neck, because that's where all of his scabs are. It is 10:10 a.m. and I'm trying to change the sheets on the bed, except Boo does not want to get off the bed. So last night he slept in his bandana most of the night and he did not itch or scratch. That's why I had him in the bandana. And I tried taking it off a few times, but then he would start itching and scratching, so I put it back on. This morning I took it off. He started itching and scratching, so I put it back on. And he was fine, and then after a little while I took it back off because they're going to eat soon, and he's been fine since I took it off. But I'm trying to change the sheets and he does not want to get off the bed. I took off the vomit blanket and he was upset with that. Then I took off the duvet cover, which I just, keep on top of the comforter, and he wanted to stay on the bed. And now I'm trying to take the comforter off the bed. You going to get off the bed? Look at this. He's just moving to the corner. You're gonna get off the bed, Boo? Okay. Is he gonna go? He's still on the bed.
Boo, you gotta get off the bed. Gotta get off the bed, Boo.
So he jumped off the bed, ran around the house, and then took a flying leap back onto the bed. Then he's itching and scratching, so I just put the bandana back on him. And I'm going to have to make the bed and do the best of it, or else I'm going to have to put the pizza on him. I got the new sheet on, and look at this. Boo's already on it. I'm switching from linen, which is the summer bedding, to flannel, which is the winter bedding. And Boo does not want to get off the bed. I got Boo to jump to the top of the cat tower by opening the window. I haven't really had the windows open since I discovered the fleas. So this is a real treat for him. The only time I've been opening the windows has been for a little bit in the afternoon if it's a dry and sunny day, because it's been really important to keep the humidity as low as possible. Right now the humidity outside is around 75%, but I always used to open the windows for the cats in the morning because they love this. So now that the fleas are pretty much gone, I haven't seen a flea in days. So I'm going to try this again. I'll open the windows for them in the morning. Right now I still have the dehumidifier running, and I still have all the humidity sensors, around so I could see what the humidity is. So this is a real treat for him. He's still wearing the bandana. He's not happy about the bandana, but he tolerates it. But it definitely stops the amount of itching and grooming that he does. It is 11:10 a.m. And for some reason, Boo wants to eat his breakfast here. He did not come into the kitchen where they've been eating their meals. So I gave him his food here. And if he eats it, I'll take the plate away. Today is a very challenging day. And I don't really know why. Everything is taking longer than it should this morning. Like, it's already 11, so we're behind schedule by at least an hour. I have not fed the downstairs cats yet, and I am in not a good mood, and I have very little patience, and I don't know why today is like this. I just had some breakfast, which is good, and it was a very healthy breakfast. And I woke up okay. I wasn't like lacking energy or dragging or anything. I just took off Boo's bandana so he could eat better. It was falling in front of him. Yeah, so hopefully today will get better. It could be that I have not been drinking enough water the past few days, and I know I have not been, because what I've been doing is I've been filling up a 64-ounce mason jar in the morning and, trying to drink that throughout the entire day, and I was doing really good with that, except the past few days have been so busy that I haven't been drinking the water, and I've been out of the house a lot. And it'll be the end of the day, and I'm like, wow, I didn't even drink like half of that. So maybe it's a situation of not being properly hydrated. I got some decent sleep last night. It wasn't like I was up all night, although I probably did not get as much as I should have. So maybe it's just going to be that kind of day today, that the kind of day where, things are kind of frustrating and challenging. And if that's the case, what I have to do is just get through it, just kind of do the best that I can and get through this day. And tomorrow's another day. And tomorrow's supposed to be sunny and warmer than today. And the day after tomorrow is supposed to be sunny and warmer than today. So that's good that we have 3 sunny days in a row. And what I would like to do, either tomorrow or the day after, is to take all the litter boxes outside and scrub them down, and that'll be their good cleaning for the month. Right, Boo? Are you done? Another thing that I want to mention is that on a typical day, cats should behave. There should be a routine or a system in place that the cats know and follow, and, everything runs smoothly. And today's a little bit atypical because Splash kept running away from his food. Every time I walked around the kitchen, he was like running around the kitchen. And then Simba would not eat his food. So eventually I had to put some crushed dried sardines on his food. And then Boo wants to eat in here. And he's been scratching and itching this morning. But he's been pretty good with just the bandana on. But I think I'm probably going to put the pizza back on him today just to really keep him from scratching and itching. He didn't want to finish his food, so I put a few crunchies on it, so it looks like he's finishing his food. And now I'm going to go downstairs and see what's going on down there. It's about 11:15. I just came downstairs and I flea combed the cats, and I found 2 fleas around Nancy's neck, and I found 2 fleas around Sammy's neck. So what happened was I combed her, I combed Richard, I combed Ziggy, and I combed Nancy. I did not find any fleas. And then Sammy started itching her neck, and I was like, let me comb her neck a little bit better and see if there's anything on her neck. And sure enough, I got a flea off of her neck. So then I combed Nancy's neck really good, and I got a flea off of Nancy's neck. And then I went back and combed Sammy's neck really good, and I got another flea off of her. And then I got another flea off of Nancy's neck. So I'm not happy about this. This is just adding to the fact that it's really not a good day today. But I kept flea combing until I didn't get any other fleas. And now there's a fight in the bathroom. Goldie and Richard just got into a fight near the litter boxes. What is going on, Ziggy? What is going on? Why are you hissing at each other? What is going on here? Behave, everybody. Behave. Okay, at least everyone down here is eating their food. They're not giving me problems like the upstairs cats did. Look at this. So in the time it took me to feed the cats downstairs and flea comb them, Boo has started over grooming again. So he's definitely going back into the pizza cape today. It's 12:06 p.m. and I can tell it's just going to be like a lost day today. I'm sitting on my computer. I should be getting work done. Instead, I'm on Amazon looking for things for Boo's itching, and I'm probably going to be ordering some topicals for him. I'm ordering more probiotics. I'm just putting an Amazon order together. And all of a sudden I hear like a strange noise coming from this room. So I just came into the room. Now there's Splash. He's on the bed. He was under the bed before. But here's Boo. And when I walked into the room, Boo was literally flying from the cat tower to the bed with the pizza cape on. So I don't know what he was doing on the cat tower because Simba's on the cat tower. There's Simba. So I don't know if Boo was on the cat tower because he was trying to get Simba off the cat tower, or Boo just wanted to smell the air because the window is open. But I did put a security camera on the room before I left before. So I'm going to check the security camera and see what was going on. I just checked the security camera. Let me tell you what happened. So Simba was on top of the cat tower. Boo decided he wanted to go on the cat tower. So he jumped into the platform below the one that Simba was on. And that's all he did. All he did was jump into that platform, and Simba was making all kinds of unhappy noises. I don't even know how to describe the noises. First, Simba kind of shrieked at Boo when Boo jumped into the cat tower. Then Simba was growling and just making really weird noises. And that must have been what I heard. I must have heard him shriek because the next thing you know, I open the door and I'm like, what's going on in here? And that's when Boo jumped from the cat tower back to the bed. See how smart cats are? That's what happened. At least I know Boo is fully mobile in his pizza cape. And I was looking online. I was thinking of, do I put Boo in a onesie? I don't think I would ever be able to get Boo into a onesie. I mean, Boo would have to be really, really sick for me to be able to get him into a onesie. I could hardly even get him into this pizza cape today. So I have no problem putting it on his back or attaching it around his neck. It's the part that attaches under his belly. He was like fighting me with that. So I was able to get it on. Once I am able to get it on to him, then he's okay with it. But it was a bit challenging. Here's Simba. He just jumped up to the top of the armoire. So Simba's in the penthouse right now. He's not very happy. It's okay, Simba. You're okay. You're okay, Simba. Boo did not want to eat his crunchies, so I just gave them to Simba. So Simba has them now. It is 1:30 p.m. I decided to come into the room just to see what Boo was doing. And the minute I opened the door, he flew down from the top of the armoire to the bed. Like, he was on top of the armoire, but he didn't jump from the armoire to the bed. He went from the armoire to the top of the cat tower and then jumped to the bed. I don't know what's going on with him. You're okay, Boo. You're okay. You like flying around in your cape? Is that what it is? So the pizza cape's really fitting him well because he's been jumping around today in it and it's not really going anywhere. So that's good. He must like it better than this bandana that he had. Simba was on the bed with Splash. Here's Stella. Splash was in the middle here. And so it was Stella, Splash, and Simba. And I don't know. What's the matter, Boo? You're not in trouble. You're not in trouble when you go in the cat tower. You're allowed to go in the cat tower. Boo, you have permission to leave this bed, okay, Boo? You have complete permission to not be on this bed. You could be anywhere you want to be. You don't have to be on this bed. Understand me, Boo? Okay? You don't have to stay on the bed. You could go anywhere you want. It is 5:05 p.m. I just came into the room to get something out of my purse, and look what's going on here. First of all, it's really cold in this room because the window has been open. The humidity is only 33% because it's a really dry day, which is good. As the weather gets colder, the days are getting drier, which is nice. There's Splash and Stella on the bed, and there's Boo. Boo has been taking a really good nap in the pizza cape. I think he's starting to like it. I mean, if it's helping to make him less itchy or have less compulsion to itch himself, then I think it's a good thing. But yeah, he's been just really, really comfortable. It doesn't seem to make him uncomfortable at all. Hey, Simba. How you doing? I just gave everyone a few crunchies. I don't know if Boo's going to eat them. Boo actually turned down crunchies yesterday. Or maybe today. I don't know what's going on with him, but he's not eating them. Right now, he's not eating them either. He's looking at Simba. You don't want no crunchies, Boo? There he goes. He's going to eat them. Maybe he's not going to eat them. You okay, Boo? You don't want your crunchies? You don't want them? It's just a little snack. It's a little treat, Boo. You could eat them. Okay, now he's eating them. That's good. He just tried to scratch himself with his back foot, but the pizza was in the way, so it's serving its purpose. I did order him some topicals today, and hopefully some of them will be here tomorrow, and then I think one will be here the next day. Look at this. All 4 cats on the bed together. 4 happy cats. And except for Boo, I don't know how happy he is with the pizza on, but he's tolerating it. I put the bandana on Simba. I don't know if he's going to keep it on. He looks good in it. Although I think a different color would suit him a little bit better. I tried to put it on Stella, but Stella took it right off. Oh. What's going on here, Simba? Okay, I took it off. I put it on Stella. It looks much nicer on Stella than it does on Simba. I tried putting it on Splash, and he ran under the bed. Stella, that looks very chic. Stella, that looks very chic. All she needs now is some like big black sunglasses. You look like a model, Stella. It's 6:10 p.m. Look at what's going on here. That's Richard, Little Eva, and Ziggy. Richard is grooming Little Eva. He was grooming Ziggy before. Now Ziggy's curling up next to Little Eva. They're so happy together. I just turned the camera off and they heard the little noise that it makes. So they all looked at me like, what's going on? Look how tired they are. Here's Goldie. She's curled up in this chair. She was laying with Ziggy before. I came down before and the two of them were together on this chair. There's Ringo. He's in the cat tower by the window. At least I think it's Ringo. Yeah, that's Ringo. Ringo's itching, so I am going to give the cats one more round of Capstar. Maybe tomorrow or the next day. It's 7:30 p.m. and Boo has decided to join everyone for dinner here in the kitchen. They're having homemade raw food today. And there's a little bit of freeze-dried chicken on top, some roasted pumpkin mixed in, and they're getting a multivitamin as a supplement. I still have this container of stuff that I bought to fight fleas that I never used. I'm past the Amazon return window on anything that I bought from Amazon, but if I want to return some of it to Costco, I still could, although I'm debating whether to keep it or not, because I could always use it for cleaning supplies in general, especially the baking soda. So I gotta decide what I'm gonna do with that within the next day or two. There's no reason to just keep it here like that if I'm not gonna be using it at all. So as soon as everyone is pretty much done with their food, I'm gonna go downstairs and feed the other cats. It is 8:05 p.m. and here's Boo. He's half wearing the pizza cape right now because he would not let me put it on under his belly. The reason why he's wearing it is because after dinner he came back here to the bed, and I don't know if you could see what's going on here, but there are tufts of fur that he's just pulling out of himself. So I put the pizza on him and he's calm now. I just went through the closet in his room. I took so much stuff out of it, which I have to kind of organize and put back in, because I was looking for these two soft cones or e-collars that I'm going to try on him instead. I had purchased these for Stella when she had an eye issue and she just flipped out. She would not wear either of these. So I'm hoping Boo will wear one of them and maybe it'll help stop his grooming. So we'll see. Look at this one. It's yellow like a sunflower. Now you're supposed to put it around the cat like a cone, but I'm thinking I'm going to put it the opposite way, so I'll put it more like a cape. Let's see if he'll wear it because he loves yellow. Take that off. You want to wear this one? This is a pretty one. Oh, this is yellow. Okay, I just put it on Boo. He looks so nice in yellow. I was afraid it was a little bit too tight, so I kind of loosened it up a little bit. It's soft. It has like a little bit of like puffiness to it. It's not just plain fabric. There's like a filling. But it looks okay. So like with this on like this, he should still be able to eat. Not that I would leave it on him if he was eating. But maybe it'll stop him from itching and pulling out his fur. This was the other one. It looks like an orange, and this goes over the cat's head, and then it has this area where you can tighten it, except it's like a bit small for these cats because there's Boo's head and there's this, so yeah, it's not going to be really comfortable to use this. I just tried to put this on Simba, and yeah, his head's too big for it. So this is really for a smaller cat. So like Ziggy or Sammy or maybe even Nancy would work well. Okay, what's Boo gonna do? Is he gonna try to groom? Is that what's going on? Or is he gonna try to get it off? He's trying to get it off. You wanna get it off, Boo? He's trying to groom. I mean, obviously he's not going to be happy with it. He would have to get used to it. It doesn't look too comfortable. I think the pizza cape would be better for him. Boo, you want your pizza back? So Boo's back in his pizza. I did not get to fasten it underneath his tummy, but if he moves, then I'll try to do that. What I would like to do is vacuum up this blanket because there's just Boo's hair all over the place. He's probably not too happy right now, but at least he's calm. I just got Boo properly situated in the pizza cape by giving him some crunchies here, and then there, and then here. When he eats them here, I could adjust the front, and then when he eats them there, I could adjust underneath him. So it's on him good, not too tight, and then Stella got flea combed a little bit, and then she also got some crunchies. So hopefully we're good, and Boo is not going to be grooming himself all night. I am exhausted. I definitely did not get enough sleep last night, so I am hoping to get to bed early tonight. I would be perfectly happy to go to bed right now, but first I need to clean up some things. It is 9 a.m. and Boo is itching himself, but he slept so well in the pizza cape overnight. So I put the pizza cape on him last night and he did not scratch or itch at all overnight. And that was really, really good. So this morning I took it off him to give him a break. The window's open. He was smelling air for a while. He also ate 2 chew-roos and 2 squeeze-ups. I was listening to a video about the importance of being hydrated. And yesterday I probably consumed about 10 cups of water because I had not been drinking enough water over the past few days. And it makes such a difference when you're fully hydrated versus not. So I definitely feel better today. I also got a really good night's sleep. So a full night's sleep and proper hydration makes all of the difference. So now my patience levels are back to normal. Like yesterday, I really didn't have patience for anything. Hopefully today will be a lot better, and I hope to hydrate well today also. So that's why I let Boo have 2 chew-roos and 2 squeeze-ups, because the majority of a chew-roo and a squeeze-up is water, and I don't think he's been drinking enough water lately. And with the dehumidifiers running, you know, that pulls moisture out of the air. So I know my hands are super, super dry right now to the point where they're cracking, and I have to put moisturizer and hand cream on them. So, I mean, it could be a similar issue with Boo. And I did flea comb him this morning, and I did not find any fleas. So in my mind, if I could keep him from grooming and itching the majority of the day, like during the day when he has the pizza cape on and at night when he has the pizza cape on, I think that's a huge improvement over letting him itch and scratch 24 hours a day whenever he wants to. So right now, if he wants to do some grooming, okay, but I'm not really happy when he's like pulling, you know, tufts of hair out and pulling his scabs off. So he's just going to be out of the cape until like after they eat breakfast, so maybe another hour or two, and then hopefully he'll be back in the cape the rest of the day and not itching and scratching and grooming. It's 9:25 a.m. and look at this. Boo's been settled down for like the past 5 or 10 minutes. He's not scratching, he's not itching, he's just relaxing. This is a really good sign. If he stays like this, then I don't have to put the pizza cape on him. The cats had homemade raw food for breakfast today, and Boo ate all of his breakfast with a little bit of freeze-dried chicken on top. I just put a little bit more freeze-dried chicken on it for him. I also gave him one of the standard processed feline immune system support tablets. So this was prescribed to him over a year ago by the other vet that he went to, not the newest vet, but the other vet, and this was supposed to help boost his immune system with regards to his FIV status. I only gave this to him a few times because these are tablets and he would not eat the tablet, and if I tried to cut it into pieces and put it in his food, he would not eat it. So it was like a losing battle. But now that I have the mini mortar and pestle, I realized, well, I could just crush these up. So that's what I did. I crushed it up into a powder and then I mixed the powder into his food. And he ate the majority of his food, so we'll see how he does on this. It says 1 tablet 2 times per day or as directed. So he can get this in breakfast. He could also get this in dinner. Here's Stella. And for some reason, Stella does not want to eat her food today. She also refused a churro. So I got to keep an eye on her. I don't know what's going on with her. I don't know if she has a hairball, because usually when she does stuff like this, it's because she has a hairball, or sometimes if she's having like constipation or diarrhea. So I'm going to just have to see what's going on with her. What are you doing, Stella? She was fine last night. She slept on my bed all night and she was fine this morning. She ate part of a squeeze up, just like a little bit. So I don't know what's going on with her. And with Stella's food, I even put some Fortiflora on it because usually that'll, encourage her to eat it. She did not even want to eat it with the Fortiflora on it. So maybe she just needs to cough up a big hairball. We'll see. Stella, you want to squeeze up? Stella, you want to squeeze up? Here. You don't want to squeeze up? Here. Want to squeeze up? Okay, she doesn't want to squeeze up. It's 11:55 a.m. and here's Boo. He's been laying on the bed in his pizza cape, so it's Pizza Man. And I just got my Amazon order for today, and this is what I have. I have this Silver Queen animal wound dressing gel. It's for minor cuts, lacerations, abrasions, 1st and 2nd degree burns, and skin irritations. And this came highly rated when I was looking for something for cats with dermatitis. And this is a clear gel. And what I did was I just put it around Boo's neck. Like wherever I could feel a scab around his neck, I put some of this wound dressing on it. And he should not be able to get to it because of the pizza costume. I'll pull this up a little bit. Some of the reviews say that you want to put like a gauze dressing over it or a bandage, but obviously it's not going to happen with Boo. I think it's fine. Other people say you just want to make sure that, the cat doesn't disturb it for several minutes. It's supposed to help wounds heal, so we'll see what happens. And I just wanted to document that I got this today. I also got the probiotics today, so I'm going to start putting them back in his food. I had run out of probiotics and I was just using prebiotics. And I used the last of the pumpkin yesterday, so we're going to go back to some probiotics, and I do need to roast some more squash or pumpkin. I've got a whole lot of stuff that I would like to get done today, and tonight the clocks fall back, so that means the days are going to start to get shorter, and it's going to get darker earlier, which is never fun. So right now, Boo is relaxing in the pizza cape. I should also point out that when I took the cape off of him, for a few hours this morning, Boo ate his breakfast without the cape. He used the litter box without the cape. He had a little bit of playtime this morning without the cape, and he had a very, very good appetite. He had the 2 churros this morning, followed by 2 squeeze-ups. He ate all of his breakfast, and then he even ate part of someone else's breakfast. Oh, and then he wanted a little bit of a Sheba for dessert. So I wasn't going to deny him any food because, maybe he feels like he needs the food to heal. So he had a very good breakfast. He was in a very good mood. He jumped to the top of the cat tower. He was smelling air. So I don't think it's too much to keep him in the pizza cape during the day when he's relaxing on the bed. And then also at night when I am trying to get some sleep, and he should be relaxing also. So he'll be out of the cape for a few hours around breakfast time, and he'll be out of the cape for a few hours around dinner time. And let's hope with this routine that we could start getting him to grow his fur back because he won't be tearing it out so much. And here's Stella. She's relaxing on the bed. She ate a few crunchies, but she really didn't eat a meal, so we're going to see what happens. I tried putting some coconut oil on her paws because, you know, that's good for hairballs, but I don't think she licked it off. I think she flicked it off. So we're going to try again later, see if she'll eat some churu or squeeze up or something. And look what I just found in Boo's room. So this plant used to be in my room, and then last night I said, you know what, I'm going to take it out of my room and I'm going to put it on the shelf in Boo's room because nobody has been on the shelves and no one's going to disturb it. Well, guess what? It's on the floor. Here's Nancy. Let me tell you what happened. So I was in the kitchen and I was making myself something to eat. And then all of a sudden, it was like 3 or 4 of the kittens went flying through the kitchen at full speed to go downstairs. It was like someone was either chasing them or was attacking them or they got spooked by something. And I was like, what is going on? So after several of them like ran downstairs, 2 others just kind of followed behind at a more leisurely pace. And I was like, okay, maybe they're playing and somebody attacked somebody. Like I didn't think anything of it. When I saw that plant, that's what happened. This is how smart these cats are. They knew when that plant fell that that was not a good thing, which is why they ran downstairs. They were probably also scared by the plant falling. However, in the past, when they knocked plants over, they were never scared by the plant falling. I just think they're like, uh-oh, this is not good. We need to run downstairs, right? Right, Nancy? Who did it? I'm going to look at the security camera footage, Nancy. Was it you? Did you do it? You knocked that plant down? It is 6:40 p.m. I just got home, and one of the things that I did today was buy Boo a jacket. This is from the Berkshire Pet Collection. I got it at Home Goods. I actually got him an orange one and this light blue one. I wasn't sure which one would look the best on him. I didn't want to get him a dark color because, you know, if there's any fleas, I want to see fleas. So I think the light blue will look really nice on him. And right now Simba is modeling it. And it seems to fit well, like around the neck and underneath the belly. It's just a bit longer than the pizza cape. What's the matter, Simba? It has this cute little collar, like it could come up like that, which I thought would be good because it could like protect Boo's neck. Or you can, you know, put the collar down, which I really kind of need 2 hands to do. There it is. So there's the collar. Maybe I could have got an extra small, but I didn't think the extra small would fit Boo. This is the small, but it's really long. Like it goes all the way down to his tail, whereas the pizza cape, you know, only goes to around here. So I'll see if Boo likes this one, and if not, I'll return the orange one. If he moves around, you can see that there's still a little bit of his back end. Here we can see the size difference between the pizza cape and this new jacket. So it's probably around 2 inches longer on this end, and then over here is where the collar sticks up, and then it's a bit wider. It's probably 1.5 inches wider on each side, so it'll wrap around him more. Here's Boo in his jacket, and I did not really put it on him. He was in the pizza cape all day. I just took that off of him. So I just laid this over his back to get an idea. I mean, this could work. We'll have to see how he moves around in it. If I put this on him, if it hinders his movement, then it's not going to work. Then we're going to go back to the pizza. But we'll see how this works. I just put some of the Silver Queen on a few more spots on Boo where I know he has scabs. So mostly on like the back of his ears and around his neck. And I put a little bit on the back of one of his legs, so we'll see what happens. Come on, Boo. You gonna eat dinner? You want a squeezy? You want a churu? He does so good when he's in that pizza cape, and the minute I take it off, then he starts grooming like crazy. It's 8:20 p.m. All the cats have been fed. I just walked into the room and found this. It ends up that Boo just threw up. It's like a lot of hair, so it's like a hairball. He just had a churu and a squeeze up. So there's, a lot of liquid. And he threw up on the vomit blanket, on this quilt, and also on the pizza cape, and also on the flea comb. So I get to clean all of this up. It's 10:30 p.m. and here's Boo. He's in his new jacket, and I have it velcroed underneath his belly and then underneath his chin, so like around his neck. This one provides more coverage than the pizza. The pizza is in the dryer right now. So I had to put a bunch of stuff in the laundry, and now it's in the dryer. And I don't know how long it's going to take. It takes a while because the vomit blanket cannot be put on high. So we'll see how Boo does in this. If he doesn't do well, I'll take him out of it. But for now, he's not itching, he's not scratching, he's just relaxing. He kind of reminds me of a burrito. This is what the back looks like. It's a little bit long in the back, but when he stands up, it's not as bad. So this jacket came with a size guide, and it says you're supposed to measure your dog from the base of the neck to the base of the tail, and it shows you with an arrow. And then if it's 10 to 12 inches, it's an extra small. And if it's 12 to 14 inches, it's a small. And Boo is wearing a small, and when I measured him, he was either 12 or 13 inches, so that's what would be a small. And I measured Simba, and Simba was the same size, 12 to 13 inches also. And I measured Stella, and she was the same size. It's 11:30 p.m. I just got the pizza cape out of the laundry, and Boo's back in the pizza cape because he wasn't very comfortable in the new jacket, and it was a little bit too big. Like, he got his paw in the collar, and I didn't want him to hurt himself if he was trying to move around. So this one he's used to. This one he's good at, like, jumping and flying in. So I was able to get this around his neck and around his belly by distracting him with some crunchies. So this should keep him from grooming himself through the night, and then I'll take it off again in the morning. It's 12:15 p.m. and here's Nancy. Hello, Nancy. She's in Boo's room, and the window is open about an inch. It's sunny today. It's a bit cool, but not very cold. Like, it's not a super cold day. It's also not like a really warm day. I think it's going to be in the low 60s today, so she's enjoying herself here. And here's Boo. He's laying on my bed. And I was going to show him to you because he has not been over grooming himself today, but look what he's doing right now. He's over grooming himself. So he slept in the pizza cape overnight, and I did not put it back on him today because he wasn't doing this. He was just resting comfortably, but I think I'm going to put it back on him now, and he'll just wear it throughout the afternoon. Here's Stella. So Stella has not been wanting to eat very well over the past day or two. So this morning when I got up, I tried giving her like a churu. She did not want it. I tried giving her some crunchies. She did not want them. I then opened like all kinds of different food. I tried giving her Sheba. She didn't want it. I tried giving her a regular Fancy Feast, not a Fancy Feast Naturals. She didn't want a regular Fancy Feast. She did not want Squeeze Up Her Churu. I already mentioned that. She didn't want the crunchies. So finally I said, let me look downstairs, see if I have any Friskies. And I didn't have any Friskies. The only Friskies I had was like a really old can of not the pate, which is what the cats occasionally get. It was Frisky Shreds, which has wheat and soy in it, so I never give it to the cats, which is why I had it downstairs. And it was not past the expiration date yet, so I figured, well, let me see if Stella will eat that. Well, she showed interest in it, and she licked up some of the gravy. She ate a few pieces of it, but that was it. So I said, you know what? In the past, when Stella did this, like when she wasn't really like eating well, I gave her the hairball medicine, and that got things moving for her. So that's what I did today. I went downstairs, I found the hairball medicine. I have it in a cabinet downstairs, and I put some of it on her paw, and she doesn't like it, so she ran around. and then she eventually licked it off. And I just gave her 3 very small portions that way, figuring maybe they'll add up to a full portion. And then after a while, she went back and she probably ate a third of the plate of food. No, I gave her the full can. I gave her a full 5.5 ounce can. So she probably ate maybe a third of it, which is good because, you know, she ate something. So I'm keeping an eye on her. And one of the things I want to do today is go buy some more Friskies just to have them on hand for emergencies like this. You know, if the cats are not hungry, if they don't want to eat, sometimes, you know, if you give them something that's more like, you know, not like their typical food that they normally eat, then they'll show more interest in it. So that's what I'm going to do today. I also need to go buy some like raw meat to make their homemade food. And I'm going to buy some raw beef. They haven't had chunky beef in a while. And I don't know if I'm going to make the food today because I have a ton of work to do. But if I buy the ingredients today, then I can make it tomorrow. And that's been a good balance where instead of buying them and making the food on the same day, I'll just buy the ingredients one day, make the food the next day. So I think I'm going to do that. I'm hoping to do it sooner rather than later because I find that the earlier I go shopping, the less crowds in the stores. And if I wait until later in the afternoon, it's always more crowded. So that's Stella. Here's Simba. He's resting, and I don't know what's going on with Simba, but this morning, Simba kept headbutting my chin. I was laying in bed. You know when you wake up, but you don't actually get out of bed yet? So that's what I did. I woke up, and I was like laying in bed. I was getting the energy to get out of bed, and then Simba just jumps on top of me, and he starts headbutting my chin and headbutting me, and then just like crawling on top of me, laying on top of me. He wanted a ton of attention. So that's Simba. He's resting right now. And here's Splash. Splash is hanging out on top of the cat tower. How you doing, Splashy? How you doing, Splash? So yesterday evening, I found a flea on Splash. He was scratching himself, and I said, I wonder if he has a flea. So I immediately grabbed a flea comb, and I was able to get a flea off of him. And then a little while later, I was able to comb him better, and I did not get any more fleas off of him. So I think it was just like a random flea. And downstairs today, I flea combed the 4 cats that I can normally flea comb, and I got 1 flea off of Richard. I did not get any fleas off of the other 3 that I can comb, but I did give Capstar to Eva, Ringo, and Goldie. So the 3 of them got Capstar because they don't let me comb them. The other ones all got combs, and I just found a random flea on Richard. Here's Boo. I just put his cape on him, and in order for me to put it on, I usually give him a distraction, like some crunchies. This is whatever is left over from the canned Friskies that Stella was eating before. Now, Boo does not really like when I attach the Velcro underneath his belly, but that's a really important part of this cape, so it doesn't flap around and turn into a bib on him. And other than that, he doesn't mind being in it. It's just attaching the Velcro underneath him that he sometimes doesn't like. It's really easy to get him out of this. All I have to do is release the Velcro under his neck and then like hold it up, and then he just slides out of the Velcro from underneath him. Like he could just fit right through it. So it is 6:17 p.m. I just got home. I went out to run a few errands today, and one of the things that I did was return one of the jackets that I bought for Boo because I think they're too big. And I got this one instead, and look how cute. It's like a, what do they call that? Buffalo check, buffalo plaid, something like that. And I liked it because it was red, and Boo looks really good in red. I did not like the fact that the underside is black, just because if there's any fleas, I'm not going to be able to see it. I did just flea comb Boo, so he's not scratching fleas. He's actually scratching scabs and just itchiness. Come on, Boo, don't do that. He was in the pizza cape pretty much all afternoon since around 1 o'clock, and he did really well. All the cats did really well. I want to try this on him to see if this is going to fit. If we compare the size of this to the pizza cape, we can see that it's more similar in size to the pizza cape than the last ones. The last one was quite a bit bigger, so hopefully this will fit. Look how nice Boo looks in his new jacket. I just gave him a few crunchies to kind of bribe him. It looks good. My only concern is like around the neck area, because this definitely has more of a collar around the neck, and I don't know if this collar could be pulled back. But it's good that it does have the collar around the neck because it keeps him from scratching his neck. It's just I hope it doesn't really impede his movement very much. So I think you look very handsome, Boo. Boo, you look so handsome. I was concerned with the thickness of this. I didn't want it to be too hot for him because it's kind of like a down jacket, but not a super heavy down jacket. But if we look at this pizza, it's the same thing. This is also like the same material, the same thickness. This one's just made to look much more like a jacket, whereas this one is made to look like pizza. But this is definitely still thick. I mean, look at that thick crust, and then you can see how thick this is. And this material is probably the same. It might actually be even a little lighter since it's kind of nylon on top. Okay, Boo, you want to take it off? Want to take it off now? When I buy one of these jackets for Boo, I have to make sure that it has like the 2 Velcro areas versus the ones that are pretty much, you just put their legs through it because he will never allow me to do that. Like if I had to put something over his head and then get his legs through it, that's not going to happen. But with this, I could easily Velcro it either around his waist first or like around his neck first, and then distract him and get the other part Velcroed. And if I want to get him out of it, I really only have to undo one of these. If I undo the neck area, he'll like step out of this part of it. And then like right now I undid this waist area, and then I was able to just flip that over his head. So it's just really easy to get it off. And he's already starting to groom. Boo, we're going to have dinner, okay? I bought you guys some canned food. So PetSmart has a sale on canned food right now because I wanted to stock up on some of the Fancy Feast and also to have some Friskies on hand for emergencies. So the cats are going to have Friskies for dinner today because I want to see if Stella's going to eat it. She ate some Friskies for breakfast. Is the only thing she wanted to eat. So I'm going to see if they'll eat some Friskies pate for dinner. Anyway, PetSmart had a sale. It was basically 20% off. If you spend $100 on any of the Purina or Merrick based cat foods, then you got $20 off. So it ends up coming to 20% off. So that was good. And I might go back and do that another time or two. I like to have extra food on hand, especially going into the winter months, because you never know if there's going to be an issue and either you can't get out or the stores might have supply issues or something like that. I do have a lot of canned cat food inventory downstairs, but it's wellness and the cats don't like it anymore. They just don't want to eat it. So that's why I'm trying to get more of the low-carb canned cat food, which is Fancy Feast Naturals Pate, Fancy Feast Pate, Sheba Pate, or even Friskies Pate. Friskies Pate is borderline. Like if it didn't have rice in it, then it would be better. It would definitely be like a low-carb option, but it does have a little bit of rice in it. So it's just borderline between low-carb food and higher-carb food. It's 11 p.m. We're getting ready for bed, and look at Boo. He's wearing his new jacket. Doesn't he look handsome in this new jacket? So he started like grooming and scratching. So I was like, okay, Boo, let's put your jacket on. And he let me put it on him. Of course, I had to distract him with some crunchies and some churros. Stella ate some crunchies, which is good because she hasn't been eating crunchies. And there's Simba, he ate some crunchies, and everyone's waiting for their churro. Boo just had one, so I'm going to give one to Stella, one to Simba. I'll see if Splash wants one, and then I'm going to bed. But look how handsome Boo looks in his jacket, right, Boo? So handsome. It's midnight right now, and here's Boo. He's sleeping in his jacket. He looks comfortable. I made sure that it's not too tight on him, but at the same time not too loose. It's amazing how putting some kind of clothing on him keeps him from scratching and itching. Maybe it's similar to the thunder shirt concept that I've seen for cats, where you can buy, I think it's called a thunder shirt, and if a cat is nervous, they can wear it, and it's supposed to help calm them down. I wonder if it's an issue like that with Boo. It is 9 a.m. Here's Boo. And this is his brand new jacket. Let me tell you what happened with this jacket. So he looked so handsome in this jacket last night, and we went to bed, and I woke up around 4 o'clock in the morning, and what happened was Boo had somehow gotten himself out of this neck part. It was still Velcroed. He did not unvelcro it, but he was able to get his neck out of it and his head out of it. So when I woke up, like his head was like here. He still had the belly part around him, but this entire front part was like behind his head. He was able to get his head out of it. So I don't know if that was because I did not have this on tight enough, or maybe just because it has a longer neck, it was just more uncomfortable on him. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see how this goes. Maybe I'll try using it again today during the day and put a camera on and see what he's doing. Or maybe I'll try to turn the collar down. But you can't turn the collar down because there's actually Velcro on this collar part. That's a shame. So I honestly think that this would be like perfect without a collar on it. I'm not going to just cut the collar off. I mean, I could. If I don't use this, I should just probably just cut the collar off and see what happens. Maybe he'll like it better. It'll look a lot nicer than pizza. But that's where it stands. Right now you can see he's over grooming. There's some fur here. I just flea combed him. There are no fleas on him. I'm just about to wipe him down with these soothing all-purpose wipes, these OxyMed wipes that I got at a local pet supply store, but I didn't want to wipe him down first because then he'll look, all wet and weird. So that's next on the agenda. Then I get to flea comb Simba, flea comb Stella. So Stella's appetite is still not back 100%. She ate some stuff. She ate a little bit of food last night, a little bit of crunchies, but then she didn't want to eat anything again. This morning I gave her some of the hairball medicine on her paw. Actually twice, because I only give her like a really little bit each time. And I'm going to continue giving her the hairball medicine because I definitely feel like it helped a little bit yesterday. I don't know if she's constipated or what, so I have to kind of keep an eye on her with that. Somebody made a really stinky poop this morning, and they also made a really stinky poop last night, so I think someone has an upset stomach. Based on the security camera footage, I thought it was Boo, so I'm gonna have to put some cameras around and like monitor what's going on with the litter boxes. I wipe Boo with the pet wipes, and then I put this Silver Queen on any scabs that I could find around his neck. They say not to use this on large portions of his body, so I just put it on the scabs around his neck. Hopefully it'll help his scabs to heal, so then he'll stop scratching that area, and then I'm hoping that eventually he stops over grooming. It is 9:52 a.m. and look at what Stella's doing. She's laying on top of Boo's jacket. So Stella only wanted to eat a few crunchies for breakfast. I don't know, maybe she had a tablespoon of crunchies, maybe not even. She did not want to eat a churro. She did not want to eat Fancy Feast. She did not want to eat Friskies. She did not want to eat Merrick rabbit pate. So I purchased some of that yesterday at PetSmart because the cats have not had that in a long time and they used to really, really like that. So of course I purchased several cans of it, and I give each cat half of a can today, and nobody wants to eat it. I mean, they barely ate it, so not happy about that. It seems like every time I buy canned cat food for the cats, they don't like it anymore. Like food that they used to love, they don't like it anymore. So what I ended up doing with Stella is giving her some more of the hairball medicine. I got a good amount of it on her paw. Hopefully she licked it off her paw before she decided to lay on it on this jacket. Let's see your paw, Stella. Oh yeah, okay, her paw's clean. So she licked her paw. Yeah, hopefully that'll kick in. I mean, if she doesn't start eating like more normal over the next several days, I'm probably gonna have to call the vet. Now I did weigh her the other day and she's not lost any weight. In fact, in the 3 or 4 weeks since the last time I weighed her, she actually gained a little bit of weight. So I don't know if she's constipated and that's why she's not eating. Like, I don't know what's going on. But the hairball gel that I'm putting on her paw, also works for constipation, because the last time that she had a hairball and was constipated, she had the gel and it freed up both ends. She coughed up a hairball and then she, went to the bathroom. So I'm hoping it'll do the same thing. I've been brushing her to make sure that, she's getting a good physical massage on her body. I've been also petting her a lot and giving her exercise with the wand toy. Sometimes she wants to play with it, sometimes she doesn't want to play with it, but none of her behavior has been out of the ordinary other than refusing food. Other than that, she was on top of the cat tower this morning. She was just acting totally normal. The weather forecast that I looked at the other day said today was supposed to be a beautiful sunny day with a high of about 66 or 68 degrees. So today was the day that I was going to take all of the downstairs litter boxes outside, scrub them down, give them a really good cleaning, and do that. However, right now it's only 48 degrees and everything is wet outside because it's been raining. And now the forecast for today is 60% chance of rain throughout the day. So if it warms up and clears up later this afternoon, I would still like to scrub all the litter boxes. Otherwise, I just checked the forecast, and the forecast that I looked at today is a completely different forecast than the forecast that I looked at 2 days ago. So I don't know how forecasts can change so drastically so quickly. It makes it really hard to schedule things. Let's see what's going on down here. So these are all of the breakfast plates. They had the same food as the upstairs cats. They actually had more. They had the Merrick rabbit. I wasn't sure if they would like it, so they only got a quarter of a can each. And then they had whatever Stella did not want to eat, which was some beef fancy feast, small can, split amongst 7. And then they had a can of the Friskies, turkey and giblets, split amongst 7. So it looks like someone did not eat. Ringo and Ziggy did not want to leave the windows. For some reason, they want to just keep looking out the window, so maybe they'll come back and eat. And some of the cats did eat. And so I guess that's good. It's 10 a.m. and I just put Boo's jacket on him because he was pulling some fur out. So we'll see how he does today. I do have a camera on and I want to see if he gets his neck out. I made the neck a little bit tighter. It could be that I made it really loose yesterday. So we'll see. If he gets his neck out again or if he's really uncomfortable with it, I could always just cut the collar off of this and then see how he does. It's 11:15 a.m. and here's Boo. And he's so happy being a pizza man. I don't know why he loves that pizza cake, but he does. And he's so happy with it. It is 5:49 p.m. and here's Boo and here's Stella. And Boudini got himself out of the pizza cape today. A few hours ago, I looked in the room and I was like, well, there's Boo, but where's the pizza cape? So he was able to get himself out of it without undoing any of the Velcro. So he slipped himself out of it. Now, Boo is known as an escape artist, so it's kind of to be expected. And because he was not wearing it, can you see all of the fur that he's been grooming off of himself? So, yeah, there's quite a bit of fur on the bed. So later on, I'm definitely going to put him back in the pizza cape because he did sleep in it. I'm going to wipe him down with some pet wipes right now. I'm going to put the silver cream back on him. That definitely seems to, work on him for a little while. And so that's what I'm going to do. Here's Stella, and Stella ate some crunchies a little while ago, maybe like an hour ago. She had 2 tablespoons of crunchies, which is good for her because, her appetite has not been the best recently. She had a little bit of canned food earlier today, and I just got back from Petco, and I bought a whole bunch of their canned food that has a lot of liquid. I bought their salmon-based canned food that has a lot of gravy in it. I've used that in the past when a cat has had like a hairball or a digestive issue or constipation, and that really helps move things along because of, the fatty salmon. And they also do put some sunflower oil in their food. We tend to avoid that whenever possible, but in a situation where there's a hairball or maybe constipation, and some extra lubrication could be useful, then that's when I use it, which is why I had to go out and purchase some of it. So I did that. Oh, and I also purchased some cat grass. So I'm going to give Stella some cat grass. Maybe that'll help. And I also purchased a bag of the Nature's Variety Instinct Raw Bites, which the cats have not had in forever. I think it's a 1.25 pound bag, and it's not even enough for a full meal for all the cats because I go through 1.5 pounds of food per meal. But in the past, when Stella has had issues where she wasn't like really hungry, didn't want to eat, like where her appetite was bad, she has eaten that. So that's why I got that. And I have some of that defrosting for her right now. Here's Simba. He's on the cat tower. So what I'm going to do right now is clean up all of Boo's fur on the bed, take care of Boo, give Stella the cat grass, and then I am going to start making homemade cat food. I wanted to make it this afternoon, but what happened was the weather cleared up and I went outside and I was like, okay, now it's dry and it's warm. It was like in the mid 60s. So I was like, I am going to get all of the litter boxes cleaned, and that's what I did. I took all of the downstairs litter boxes outside, scrubbed them down, dried them off, and then I cleaned everything up inside this bathroom where I keep the litter boxes, refilled them, and everything is nice and fresh. I refilled these 3, and there's also this one in the corner. And when I'm going on an overnight trip, I put another big one here, but it's kind of in the way, so I didn't fill that one up right now. I think having 4 very large litter boxes down here is good enough for these 7 cats. They do go upstairs during the day and can use the ones up there. And also I do scoop these at least once a day. So right now having 4 in use should be okay. I wanted to show you what's going on here on the sofa. So these are 2 blankets that I grabbed around 4 o'clock in the morning, and I ended up coming down here and sleeping here for a few hours. Here's Ringo. He was just laying on the yellow blanket, and I knew he would because Ringo likes me, but he's afraid. Like, he doesn't know how to open up to me. And Ziggy was laying on that purple blanket. So I was using this purple blanket as a pillow because I don't have any pillows down here. And then I was using the yellow blanket as a blanket. And it was actually very comfortable. I fell asleep and then I woke up probably like around 8 o'clock. So I definitely probably got like 3 hours of sleep down here. The reason why I did that was because I woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and that's when I noticed Boo had gotten himself half out of his jacket. So I took the jacket off of him and I'm like, all right, Boo, you don't want to wear it, just relax. And, he was not grooming immediately. And I'm like, that's okay. But then instead of falling back asleep, I started hearing noises like someone was banging on a door. Not like a person banging on a door. It was like a cat wanting a door to be opened. And I was like, it has to be the kitchen door. What I decided was, you know what? I'm going to get out of bed, see what's going on. And maybe I'll just come down here and lay down with the cats for a while. So that's what I did. I came to the door. I don't know who it was, but when I came down here, it was like a party. Like every single cat was wide awake. They were having a great time running around, playing with toys. I was like, wow, it's like amazing. So now I know what they do in the early morning hours. So that's when I went in the laundry room. I found these blankets. I had put them in the laundry, with the flea situation. But since the flea situation is 99% past right now, I was like, you know what? I'll just use these and I'll lay down here on the sofa and see what the cats do. So the cats pretty much ignored me. Someone was playing with this turbo scratcher several times, and those balls can be really loud, especially when, they're pretty close to where you're sleeping. Now, I also gave the cats this paper bag yesterday, and of course they were playing with that too, and that was pretty loud. But I was so tired, I was still able to get some really good sleep. And at one point, I had the craziest dream. I don't know where I was. It was like I was in a giant old-fashioned department store and it was all decorated for Christmas. And these cats were there and they were wrecking havoc on all of the Christmas decorations, and all 7 of them were running around like a herd of cats, but they were having like the best time of their lives. And I just remember seeing like ornaments crashing everywhere and like lots of ribbons. And I was like, you guys are gonna get all tangled up in the ribbons, but they didn't care. Like they were just enjoying themselves so much. And everything was like in Technicolor. I just remember everything was so red and green and white and silver and gold and shiny, and oh, it was crazy. Like it was such an amazing dream. It was wild. And then I woke up. So it's probably because I was down here with the cats, and that's why I had that weird dream. Anyway, I was thinking to myself that if I leave these here and don't clean up the blankets, that Ringo is probably going to lay on one of them, because I know he likes me, but he just doesn't know how to, not be nervous around me. So this is proof of my theory. I know he likes me. Like if I sat down on this couch right now, he would jump off because he's nervous. And I also know Ziggy likes me, and, Ziggy lets me pet her, and she's very open to me. So maybe Ringo will be the next cat to let me pet him and to let me brush him, but he hasn't really been that open to it. Today, when I was cleaning all the litter boxes, I also cleaned out a corner of the bathroom where I keep some containers of crunchies and a few other cat supplies, and I found one of the balls to the turbo scratcher. And it's this one that already had a ball in it, so now it has 2 balls in it, and that's what Ziggy's been playing with. You see them? They're slightly different. They're not the exact same ball, so maybe that's why like they're acting differently right now, but maybe the cats will like it with 2 in there instead of 1. Every time I hear that clank, I think of like a pool table. It sounds like someone's playing pool. It is 7:40 a.m. Here's Stella. Stella ate a whole churro this morning, so that is really good progress for her. Last night, she ate a little bit of the Nature's Variety Instinct Raw Bites that I bought for her, and she ate some crunchies, and she also ate some Temptations that I bought, because that's another sick food for the cats. If the cats aren't feeling well, they'll usually eat a few Temptations, and she did. So that was good. And then today was the first morning she ate a whole churro, not just like 1 or 2 licks. So that's good. And here's Boo, and guess what Boo did? Boo did not wake me up at night by itching and scratching, and he did not wear his pizza cape or his jacket. So I put the pizza cape around his neck last night. He wouldn't let me fasten it under his belly. And I was going to fall asleep that way, but then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to take it off Boo and see how he does. And he didn't wake me up once, so that's a really good sign. That means if he did scratch or itch, it was not excessive at all. And so far this morning, he tried itching like once or twice like that, and what I do is I just touch his back paw. Now, I did flea comb him yesterday. I didn't find any fleas on him. I flea combed Stella. I flea combed all the cats here. Did not find fleas on anybody. Last night, I did find a flea on Sammy downstairs, and I also found 2 fleas on Ziggy. But other than that, no fleas. So I think the fleas downstairs are coming from Ringo, Eva, and Goldie, because they don't let me flea comb them. But they did get Capstar 2 days ago. So usually when cats get Capstar, I do see increased flea activity, because any fleas that are on the cats that got the Capstar, like try to escape or jump off or stuff like that. So that's what I attribute it to. As long as I keep flea combing the other cats at least once a day, then things should be okay. It's 9:22 a.m. and all 4 of the cats are eating breakfast in the kitchen. Even Stella is eating, or she's attempting to eat. This is the first time in days that she's joined the other cats for a meal, so that's a good sign. This morning, she had a few crunchies after she had the churro. I don't know how much of her food she's going to eat, but just the fact that she's here with the other cats and attempting to eat is a good sign. It is 9:45 a.m. and I should have filmed these traps last night because that would have been exactly a week. But I had some dental work yesterday, and when I got home, I had a headache because like the Novocaine was wearing off. So this is one of the tarot flea traps that has been here for the past week. And there's literally nothing on this. There's one little speck, but I don't even know if that is a bug or just like some lint or whatever. No ants, no fleas. That's a really good sign. I'm going to let it stay here another week just to make sure that there's no more bug activity. And this is the other flea trap. This one is the one near the cat tower. And I see, it looks like 4 ants and a little piece of litter. And then some like cat hair. Because this is like underneath the cat tower, if I vacuum the cat tower or clean it, that's why this has more like debris on it. But once again, there's like hardly anything on this, so I'm just gonna let it stay here another week. All right, who is getting combed today? You guys ready to get combed? We're getting flea combed. Come on, guys. Ready? Who's first? Richard's first. Ziggy's first. Sammy, you're first. Nancy, who's first here? Okay, hold on a second. Hold on. Okay, we're good. Okay. I don't see any fleas on Ziggy. Good job, Ziggy. No fleas on you. Good job, Ziggy. Okay. Good girl. No fleas on Ziggy. No fleas on Ziggy. Okay, Ziggy, I'll give you a treat. It's for Ziggy. She got combed. Now, who's getting combed next? You getting combed next, Richard? Okay, gotta comb Richard next. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, Richard, you clean. You're clean, Richard. Good job, buddy. Good job, Richard. No fleas on you. Here you go. Look what we have here on the couch. Ziggy, who's been flea combed, Richard, who's been combed, and Nancy, who's waiting to be combed. That's Goldie making meowing sounds. Okay, Nancy, are you next? You're next, Nancy. Let's see, you got any fleas, Nancy? Okay, what are the specks here? What are these? Oh, these are crunchy crumbs. Crunchy crumbs? Okay. Let's make sure there's no fleas on you. Got any fleas, Nancy? Got fleas? I'm good. Okay. Now let's turn you around so I can get the other side, okay? Let's turn you around so I can get the other side. Okay, Sammy, you're next. Sammy's rubbing on my legs as I'm combing Nancy. Are you good? Everybody's good? Everybody's good? No fleas? Okay, Sammy. It's 9:30 a.m. And this is what 1/3 of my living room looks like right now. I mean, it's just cat stuff everywhere. I got rid of their play rug last month with the flea situation. So now I have like their toys and little blankets and mats for them to lay on. They don't really miss the play rug that much. And I just gave them this new cat tunnel. And that is what Stella is laying on. It has a toy attached to it. Stella, let's open this up, okay? Come on. Let's open this up. So Stella ate well last night. She ate part of her dinner and then she had some snacks after that and then she had some canned food. So I was really happy with that. This morning she had a whole churro. The past few days she's been eating whole churros. So that means she's definitely back to her normal self versus only taking like a few licks. Stella. Okay. So it has this cute little gingerbread toy. And this is a Cat Stages gingerbread cat tunnel. Festive tunnel for kitties to hide and play. Catnip toy included. Okay, that explains it. Catnip toy. I got this at Home Goods because Sammy loves her tunnel downstairs. And I was originally thinking, okay, I'll put this downstairs. They'll have another tunnel down there because Sammy kind of keeps that one as her own. I also thought this was really festive because it looks like a gingerbread house and it's really cute for the holidays. And this was $9.99 at Home Goods. It says it is 28 inches long and 11.5 inches wide. Although my plan was originally to put this downstairs, I'm kind of thinking of maybe putting it up here for at least a while to see if Stella or any of the other cats would like it here. Also, when the other cats come upstairs, they could play with it up here. So I'll figure out where to put it, but for now, I'm just gonna put it up here. Here's the tunnel. It is much shorter than Sammy's tunnel downstairs. There's Stella. So I pointed it at Stella's castle. Is she gonna walk through it to go into the castle? It's not attached to the castle, so I'm sure it's gonna get moved. Oh, she wants to chew the tie. You gonna go in? Is she gonna go in? Maybe she's gonna like it. I mean, it is cute, but I thought it was longer. I honestly thought it was gonna be at least a foot longer than it is. She wants the catnip toy. Also, I thought this gingerbread shape would kind of keep it more stable, But I don't think it's going to keep it stable. I think it's going to end up rolling all around. Oh, there she goes. She went right into her little castle. Is she going to come out? Yeah, she's coming out. Is she going to go out the side door, or is she going to come out this way? Oh, she went out the side door. Stella, you like the tunnel? She wants to eat it. Stella, it's not real gingerbread. It must have catnip scent on it from the toy. You gonna walk through it, Stella? Go walk through it. Walk through it. Go ahead, walk through it. No? I actually attached it to the castle because I just put it in the round door and it's staying so far. I mean, it might get pushed around a little bit, but it should be pretty stable, more stable that way. There's Boo. Boo, you gonna look at it? You wanna see the tunnel? You looking at the tunnel? There's Boo. Hey, Boo. Is he gonna go in? If I put some treats in there, he'd probably go farther than that. You can see where he's missing a little bit of fur on the back of his neck. There's Splash. He was just playing with the tunnel. I didn't have the camera on. I was in the other room. I think he got some of the catnip off of it. He must smell the catnip.